See that?
Yeah.
All right, you are seeing the M365 nodes, right? So this is a single command which you can use in order to. It's a PowerShell command, okay,
Okay.
which you can run in order to transfer the FSMO roles within no time. Okay, there are prerequisites that you need to check before you transfer the FSMO roles. Okay, the person or the admin who's trying to transfer the FSMO roles from uh, primary domain controller to backup domain controller, he should be a part of three things, three admins. Okay,
Yes.
one is schema admin, second is enterprise admin, third is domain admin. He
Yes.
should be a part of all these three. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is a command dsa.msc in order to find out uh, in order to navigate to the active directory users and computer. It's a command. Okay, usually we do it through GUI method. So this is a small command. Okay,
Hmm.
and now so what I'm going to do is I'll just check the who are all domain admins. Okay, so I'm using this account in order to transfer the FSM roles and everything. So let me just check. See, he's a part of this account is a part of domain admin, enterprise admin, and schema admin. Okay, so this you need to verify when you start transferring the FSM role. Okay, because the thing is that in real time scenarios, everyone is not having access to transfer this FSM roles and everything. Will be having the limited access, right? So we need to ensure that we should the person who's trying to transfer it, he should be part of all these three admins group. Okay, any doubts?
No.
Yes, no, maybe.
No.
All right, so okay, so what I'm going to do is that this is a command. Okay, I'll show you. You need to run the PowerShell as an administrator before you make any changes on this. Okay, so this is my ADC. Okay,
Yes.
and in order to verify, this is my host name of this virtual machine, which is ADC01. Now I'm gonna check whether it a primary domain controller or backup domain controller. Okay, it's a backup.
Hmm.
All right. Now I need to transfer the FSMO role from primary domain controller to backup domain controller. So what I'm doing that right now I'm on the backup domain controller. From here I can transfer it. How I can transfer? It's a simple command. See move hyphen ad directory server operation master role. Okay.
That command for transfer roles.
Yes.
Okay.
Directory server operation master role identity. So it's asking for the identity. Identity means to which server these roles are to be transferred. Okay, the target server. Identity space to which server. So this is my ADC01. So okay, and what all roles that you want to transfer? Okay, it's a operation master role. Okay, and here there is a clause. Okay, so I mentioned some number, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these numbers are something dedicated to this five FSMO rules. Okay,
Gopal, you are doing that in backup, right? Backup server.
Yes. I'm doing in the backup. See.
Okay.
Okay, see, move active directory. So this is a PowerShell. Okay, so move hyphen active directory server operation master role. Okay, this is the activity that we need to do. We need to transfer it to which server. We need to transfer it to the space hyphen identity, to which server. The target server is ADC. Okay, then hyphen how many roles you want to transfer, operation master role. So here the number which I mentioned, 0 1 2 3 4. So this is for 0 for PDC, RID, uh, inf- infrastructure master, like that. There are some number which are dedicated to this. Okay.
Okay, so this will be not like a forest wide means for schema master, domain naming master, not like that. For schema master, there will be particular number.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So that you can. Okay. So I'll show you where the number. This is an article. Okay.
Okay.
See here, the 0 is for PDC emulator, 1 is for RID master, 3 2 is for infrastructure master, 3 for schema master or domain naming master.
Okay.
Okay, so that is the reason. I'll share this link with you. Okay,
Yeah.
within no time it will transfer.
Your ADC01 is the primary one.
Sorry,
No, the identity which you mentioned, ADC01, it is primary one.
ADC is an alternate domain controller one.
Okay,
Okay,
so that. Mhm.
okay, and the other server is DC01.
Ah,
DC01 is a primary domain
primary.
controller.
Okay, okay, got it. Mhm.
So here it
Yes.
will ask whether you want to move one by one role. You need to
So,
type yes or else just put A, just type A to all. Okay, I'm putting A. Now we need to validate where things went wrong. My AD directory server operation master. Mm, Let me check the communication with primary domain controller first. Yesterday I tried, actually I set up this lab for you. I just tried and I was able to do that. So there is some error that we need to figure out here now. Okay, let me try to do this from PDC. Let's see. Okay, I'll just log into the primary domain controller and see if I'm able to do that. This is my primary domain controller ending with 111 IP. CDC1, DC01. Okay. All right. I think there is some issue with the management tool. I need to figure out. Directory service is now unavailable right now. Why? Can you please share your screen, Harish
Yes.
or Amrita? Can any one of you, please? Please log in on both the virtual machines. Who is sharing?
Uh, I just shared it.
Okay, you are shared. Okay. So log in on both the virtual machines, both the servers.
1 minute. My taskbar is not actually visible.
Is it your car?
Yes.
Okay, nice, nice. Baleno, right?
Right.
Okay, good.
But
Nice
I'm not.
pose.
Thank you.
But you're
I'm
not.
I'm not able to see this taskbar. Like what exactly happened?
Just type Windows R and you should be in the run.
Windows R, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that is also not working. Windows R too.
Okay.
So, mm, mm, yes, okay.
It's a bit slow, I guess. So
Yes. Yeah. So this is my main PDC. This one is
I should probably start. Okay.
main PDC. So primary one.
Okay, just log into the okay. So is your backup server running up and fine?
Yes, it is also here. Yeah, it is also running fine.
Mm. All right. So all right. No problem. Just check the communication between these two by running the ping command.
Mm-hmm. 'Of
Server name also will work. So this is your 10.0.0.4 is a primary one, right?
yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to,
or
do you want me to
open
open the?
PowerShell. You are in primary domain controller right now, right?
No, it's a backup.
Backup domain controller. Okay, just type PowerShell.
Yeah.
All right, just okay, type netdom. Sorry, net space accounts. Yes, enter. This is a backup one, and type host name. All right. Okay. Now, type ad a and d capital
Yeah.
ad directory.
Without space, right?
Yes,
Okay.
directory server master
Mm-hmm.
operation operation role space hyphen identity space the server name is like second VM space
Mm.
s- s- space then hyphen
Uh-huh.
then put operation master role space 0 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4
Mm.
enter. Why you are getting why we are getting there?
Any space directory, nothing is that.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do one thing. Just. Just press upper arrow. Upper arrow.
Okay.
Okay. Now there is something called move which we forgot. Okay.
Oh,
Move hyphen on in the beginning of the command. Move
okay.
hyphen. Not here, Baba. At the beginning. Yeah, that's right. Move.
1 minute, 1 minute. Actually, it is not working
Which one?
here. If I'm clicking, it is going directly there.
No. Cursor you can put. No. Directly you cannot put cursor. You need to use this, arrow button in order to reach there.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Now type move
Hmm.
hyphen. Now enter. Okay.
It is saying check the spelling of the name and
No. It's a move hyphen active directory server operation master role.
hmm.
Server operation master role. We have type
Yeah,
server master.
yes. Yes, I will change it. It is also showing like it is also small letters,
No,
right?
it's not something. Not something about the case sensitive. Is it showing something called case sensitive? No, I guess as far as I know.
Hmm.
After server, there is additional R mentioned. Now enter. Should work fine. Put A. Enter. Okay, it's moved.
It's moved.
Okay, FSM
Uh,
roles are moved, transferred.
uh,
Okay, you can type by running the command net accounts. It should be showing as primary net space accounts.
yes.
Okay,
Okay, got it.
so from here we can transfer it to the backup also. You can try once again from here. Just try double time upper arrow key,
Hmm.
and in place of identity there is second VM, right? Instead of
Uh,
second VM, instead of second VM, type the name of the domain controller. Is it a first VM or what exactly you have mentioned?
Domain controller is azurepractice.com.
That's a domain.
Yeah, first
What is the name, host name? Go to the
portal.
portal and go to Azure portal. What is that virtual machine? It's a first VM, right? Then type first VM. This should be the name.
Okay.
Now enter
Now click
A.
here.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now you can type net accounts. It should show as backup your current virtual machine.
Hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I think there is some issue with my server, I guess. So that's the reason it is not coming up.
Hmm. Okay. So,
Okay.
but this command we need to remember, right? AD directory server operation master role.
Yes, 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 yes. This command you need to remember. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna just copy a picture and share it with you so that you can keep it with you guys. Okay. Handy. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. So hope you got it right. Any doubts? Anything?
No, I got it.
What are the prerequisite before we transfer the FSM role?
Both should
Ad-
be connected to the like same network. We need to test ping once. Like both are in the. That is one thing.
Uh-huh. What else?
Admin should be member of schema
Which
master.
member?
Schema
Only schema.
master, schema master, then domain and uh, one more is
Enterprise admin.
enterprise. Yeah.
Okay, this is the primary thing that you need to remember.
Yeah. I also able to do that. For me, it was
Okay,
showing error. Yeah.
you are doing parallelly, huh?
Yeah. Done.
Good, 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 good. Okay, what is okay regarding the group policy? You understood, right? Any questions that you have? Hope you have gone through the link which I shared with you.
No, yesterday I did not. Today I will do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
what is the group policy preference? Precedence order.
Mm. It will be local site domain and OU.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. What is block inheritance?
Inside the domain, if there will be two virtual machines, so we can apply the policies for the particular one, like a VM1. So for VM1, if we want to apply the policies, so for VM2, it will be block. Means that group, that particular user will be block on that. So it's a block group policy inheritance, like that maybe.
Uh-huh. Okay. And how about you, Harish?
No idea. Actually, last 10 minutes of the video, I couldn't get the time to read. So yesterday I did the primary domain controller and doing the backup controller. So I have done that lab. So that last 10 minutes, what you have told, I could not revise that.
Uh-huh.
So I will do that today, definitely. So I was actually reading that. In the meanwhile, the meeting started.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Cool. We tomorrow we're gonna talk something about the trust. Okay. So today we're gonna talk about the global catalog and AD logical partitioning. Okay. And also we'll cover AD recycle bin today.
Mhm.
Okay. So
Yeah.
once this is done, and then once the trust is done, so probably we are mostly done with the AD. We're gonna jump onto the DHCP next. Okay. And I just shared some document with you where you have some more insight. What is tombstone? Okay, what is a lingering object? So these things you need to just go through that. Okay, if you have any doubts, just let me know during the session. Okay, or if you want me to cover, I'll cover today. Mm, and Uma won't be joining with us because she's finding some difficulty while while we are discussing. I think she needs some more time.
Okay.
Excuse me. I'll just share my screen. Let me know once you start seeing it. Can you see?
Yeah.
This is domain controller. Okay, so the topic would be like logical partitions. Okay, okay. So this is a law partitioning, logical partitioning. How the domain controller is having the logical partitioning. Okay, entities.dit. What is this?
where we
Mm,
store the
Mm-hmm. This is a schema. Okay,
hmm,
and then we have something called configuration. Okay, we have something called then domain. All right, then we have applications. Okay, and consider this as an primary one, primary DC. Okay, and there is a forest where replication happens. Now, basically, NTDS DIT is basically divided into four categories. Okay, this is nothing but the database, AD database, right? So we this is divided into four categories logically. Okay, schema is happening. This is an interview question. Okay, in how many parts this NTDS .dat file is divided logically? Okay, schema, then configuration, then domain. Okay, then applications. Okay. Now you must be thinking that how it has been, why it has been divided into category, because this is by default logically divided. Okay, so what is the role of each and every this logical partitions like schema? This nothing but this is responsible to replication in the forest, in forest wide. Schema takes forest wide applications. Okay, it takes of replication forest wide. Okay, see if any changes or anything which is happening, right? If you are changing anything, okay, in primary domain controller or in the backup domain controller or in the forest or in the domain, it should get replicated, right?
hmm.
So that replication or that updation will be taken care by the schema. So this actually replicate everything within the domain. It takes the forest wide. Okay, then we have something called configuration. Okay, it provides the information of logical partitioning of forest wide application. Okay, This is nothing but this is a database, and inside the database what is we have, it actually take care of all the replication, but what all replication that they do is something we're gonna check here. That's all. It provide info of logical partition forest wide. Okay, domain, it is responsible for the domain wide replication. All these are nothing but for responsible for the replication. Okay, domain wide replication. When it's a domain, it's a domain wide replication. When we talk about the application, so this is nothing but it holds the data. Okay, it holds the application data, like data like a DNS zone and everything. Okay, example DNS zone. Okay, application is DNS zone. Got it? Any doubt? Schema, see, ntds is ntds.dit. This is a database of the domain controller. Okay, so this is logically divided into four parts. Okay, schema, replication, configuration, domain, and applications. Okay, schema is responsible it is responsible for the replication at the forest wide. Okay, forest wide replication. When configuration, it provides the information of logical partitioning of forest wide application. See, it is doing the forest fire application schema, but what it is doing, it is providing information of the forest fire application configuration. Okay, what is the domain? It is doing the domain wide replication. It is responsible for the domain wide replication. Okay, and this application, it actually holds the application data. For example, the DNS. Okay, it is a configuration replication. Okay.
Okay. So this domain-wide replication, like because schema is a forest-wide, so domain-wide means like a PDC, like that one. It will.
Exactly, exactly. PDC and ADC.
Okay.
If any replication has to be taken care, so this is the this domain wide is the responsible to take care.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to some next one, global catalog, which is very important. If you have opened your virtual machine, okay, you must see the gc is enabled. Hmm? Have
Yes.
you checked it?
Yes.
You can see by navigating to active directory users and computers. Okay, so here you have something called domain controller. If you just see the domain controller, there is something called GC type. DC type is GC. That's nothing but the global catalog. Okay, Harish.
Yes.
Okay, so when you open Active Directory users and computers, okay, okay, when you go to the domain controllers, okay, there you
Okay.
have something called DC type, which is mentioned as GC, which is nothing but the global catalog. Okay, so what is the use of this global catalog?
We can able to find any user object anything through that.
Exactly. Okay, see global catalog. It is a master operation, a multi-master operation rule. Okay, multi-master operation rule. Okay, it is configured in backup and primary domain controller. Okay, backup and primary domain controller where it is been configured. Okay, it holds the full information of its host domain, full info of its own domain, and partial info of other domain present in the forest. Okay. Okay, because in forest we have multiple domains, right? So what global catalog has to be configured at the domain level. Okay, because it provides information of complete. See, when we search anything in the domain, so global catalog is responsible to provide all this information. Okay, and that's all. This is basically the use of the global catalog. Okay, any doubt, anything? And there
Okay.
there is nothing much would be asked from the global catalog, but why, what is the importance of the global catalog will be asked. Okay, any domain should have minimum one global catalog, minimum.
Hmm. Okay.
Minimum. Okay, let's say I'll just stop sharing and share my complete window. Okay, you
Hmm.
see, so here you see the global catalog, right? And let's say if you want to search something, you're searching something, this search, when you click on the find now, okay, so it is searching and it is giving the output, right? How it is giving? Because of the global catalog. Okay,
Okay.
global catalog is responsible to provide anything, find users, contact anything. If you want to search for the OUs, you can use this OU, and accordingly you can make the changes. If it is for computer, then give name and click on find now, all these things, because we are searching within the domain. Okay,
Hmm.
so there should be minimum one global catalog there. All right, see, there is something called next, we need to talk something about the site. What do you mean by site?
Site maybe it's like a location wise.
Exactly, exactly. So, okay, let's say this is my primary domain controller. Okay, and think this as an backup domain controller. Okay, what I've done is like DC1, EDC1, EDC2. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'm just putting this in Hyderabad location. Okay, This is in Bangalore location. Bangalore location. Okay. The third alternate domain controller is in, where do you want me to place? Delhi
Mm.
or Nagpur?
Anywhere. No problem.
Okay. All right. So let it make to Nagpur then. Okay. Because Hyderabad is where Harish lives, Bangalore is where my work location, Nagpur is your hometown, Amrita. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I have a domain techieads.com which I have configured. Okay. And now the thing is like I cannot have only single domain controller at the single site. There might be chances where disaster happens. In order to provide the disaster recovery solutions, because if domain controller goes down, okay, if domain controller goes down, so we should be providing there should be some backup, right, and some disaster recovery options available, right? So that's the reason what we do is in real time scenarios, if primary domain controller is uh, configured in particular location, so we gonna configure alternate domain controller in a different location. Getting me? And there would be replication between all this, dc1 to adc1, dc1 to adc2. Replication will always be there. Okay. Basically the site why we are configuring site is basically we are configuring, this is nothing but a site. Hyderabad is a site. Okay. Or else what we can do is Hyderabad to Bangalore is a site, Hyderabad to Nagpur is one site, like that. Getting me? So let's say this is one site one, and this is my site two.
Okay.
Likewise. Okay. So
So
why do we use,
ADC1
sorry,
to ADC2 also one side, right?
ADC1 to ADC2 we can do, but again, these will be communicated with this primary domain controller only.
Mm.
Because in the NIC, if you remember, you are giving the preferred DNS your DC1 only. In ADC, when you're going to the NIC properties, right, ncpa.cpl, there's
Mm.
something called you are giving some preference DNS.
Yeah, right.
Preference DNS would be its own DNS, and the alternate DNS would be the domain controller one, not for the
Mm.
alternate domain controller, because this is the main, right,
Correct.
domain controller. From here, all the replication should takes place. This is how. If you have another domain controller, alternate domain, the replication would be between these two. See,
Okay.
any data which has been replicated here, any data which is getting updated here, so it will be replicated here, centralized. Okay, from here it will be segregated. So replication will be there among all the ADCs and DCs. Okay, so why we are doing that? It is used to configure the replication. Okay, and it's a kind of disaster recovery. Okay, so what we do is that it is nothing but it is a set of well connected IP and subnets. See, it is having some IPs, it is having subnets, right? So all this will be interconnected with each other because the application has to take care. Okay, see, I have a user who is sitting in the Bangalore. Okay, and if he needs to log in, and if ADC is not present, if is all okay, ADC is there. Okay, if replication is not there. Okay, so this user when he tries to authenticate by reaching to DC1, it is taking longer, right? He's sitting in Bangalore and authenticate the domain controller which is authenticating its credentials is in Hyderabad.
Mm.
Obviously, the authentication would be slow, right? So why we are creating this kind of sites and everything, because ADC and everything. The reason being for faster authentication and faster access. All right. So uh, this is something called site, and we can configure the site in what do you call, we can in the what do you call, Active Directory sites and services. Okay, I'll just tomorrow I'm gonna show you regarding that. Okay, I'll configure it and I'll just show it to you. How do we do that? Okay, now there is something called RODC. People will ask. This is also an important interview topic. RODC. RODC means read only domain controller. Okay, let's say I have something called DC here. Okay, and something called ADC here. Okay, and I have configured one read only domain controller here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is this DC, this is ADC. Now you are familiar with this terminology, right? When I'm saying EDC, ADC or BDC, it's a alternate domain controller or backup domain controller. Okay,
Yeah.
and there is something called RODC, read only domain controller. Okay, so actually the reason why we keep this as an backup kind of thing, read only domain controller, is obviously there will be a replication happens between domain controller and read only domain controller. Okay, the advantage is that no physical security is required. Okay, so here we need to have the physical security, need to have the physical security on both this. We no need to have the physical security. Okay, so it is basically read only domain controller, basically deployed or configured, right, to address the commonly commonly found in branch locations. Like I have some branch. Okay, I have, let's say, uh, some remote location. Okay, in Hyderabad only, let's say in Hyderabad there is some remote location I have. Okay, so in that remote location I do have the users where we need to address their common issues. So uh, like users or any activities that they are doing, right, or where uh, the connection is not reliable. Okay, so that's where we cannot configure the DC, because when we are configuring the domain controller or alternate domain controller, we need to ensure that there is a high security 24 by 7 power supply, right? The backup is always there, right? A network should be good. Okay, but if there is unreliable network connection and we need to provide services for the local users, right, so that can be done using the RODC. Okay, so if it is a remote location in Hyderabad, somewhere at some village, why to say Hyderabad? When I say Hyderabad, it's not a remote location, it's a city. Okay, I'll okay, let me take this as an some village. Okay, some village, somewhere in the village. Okay, so there I have the users who are basically authenticating, right? I do have the users who are accessing, but there the network, power supply, security is not reliable. But I need to provide the faster authentication and other things. So that's where I would be deploying this RODC. Okay, so when there is a unsecure geographical condition or when there is an unreliable network connection, okay, we do have the inadequate enterprise administrators, right? So that's where we configure this one, just to provide authentication for the remote location, very remote location. Okay, we cannot, in real time scenarios, we cannot afford this ADC and DC are having unreliable network connection on power outage kind of thing. No, we cannot do that. But for RODC, yeah, we can take a call and we can configure it. Okay, so how we are doing that? Basically, RODC don't receive credentials of domain controller. Okay, and administration role is separate comparatively to DC or ADC. Administration role is different. Okay, it's a separate one.
So as this is a only read only, so if we need to uh, change or some policies or so, because
No,
it's
no,
read only, so we can't do
yes,
that anything.
no, we cannot do that.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what we basically do is that uh, okay, so the lab would be like, you will be configuring one domain controller and you will be configuring one read on. See, at the time of installing the roles, it will ask whether you want to configure that server as an RODC or not.
Okay.
There is an option to check the global catalog RODC. We don't observe it, but when
Mhm.
we actually install the roles, so all these options would be there. Okay, so what we do is that we're gonna transfer some of the admin authorities to junior admins or someone who will be managing this in the roommate location. Okay, and we'll be doing the we'll be copying the ntds.dit into the local into local media. Okay, by running some commands. Okay, ntds utility command, we can type it and we can use that. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna show you this what you call, how do we configure this RODC. Okay, lab, and also the site. There are two things which are pending.
Okay.
Okay, and tomorrow that will be done, and day after tomorrow the trust is very important. Okay, how many trusts we have, external trust and all, I'll talk about it tomorrow. Okay, so that's all for today. Any doubts, anything, let me know, or we can call it a day.
Um, Tomorrow and day after tomorrow, I will not be coming.
Okay, so all right, so what I'll do is that, because see, we are lagging, to be honest. Okay, because I cannot go on a faster pace, right? Just to complete this training. Okay,
Yes,
so that is the reason I'm taking educate time. See, in real time scenarios, people I have seen, because where people don't show your lab step by step, they're gonna give you some document and they will ask you to configure it, right? Manually, they won't show you in the classroom or this training session. Very less
correct.
people shows. Okay, so because I really want you guys to touch up practically hands-on experience on this, so that is the reason I'm just doing it. Okay,
Mm.
so what I'll do is, Harish, so I'll just take the class. Okay,
Yeah,
and I will share this what do you call recording. So I would appreciate if you just go through the recordings,
sure.
because the thing is that recording is something where I personally don't encourage. Okay, so if you are not physically present in the class, or the mentally not present in the class, what happens? There is a recording, we'll see later, we'll check later, kind of thing. So that would be
That,
the people mindset. See, no, I'm not judging you, even me too,
well, no, it's
right?
right actually.
So that's the thing. So no worries, I'll try to cover the trust or anything, or let me speak with Amruta once, if we can cover some Azure session. Okay,
Yeah.
only for Amruta. I'll check on that part, because Uma is also not there.
Yeah,
So that's why I really don't want you to miss these classes and all. So that is the reason. I'll check if I can just continue with uh, I'll complete the trust. Okay, trust site and services tomorrow, and then I won't take this AD. Okay, so once you come back, we'll start with the DHCP and all. Okay.
thank you. Yeah,
Okay. So
yeah,
meanwhile, we'll continue
yeah.
with Amruta, and me will continue with the Azure session which
Yeah,
she's having. Okay.
done, no problem. It was pre-planned before 3 months actually. So
No,
that is
no,
the
no. I understand. So you'll be back on Monday, right?
yeah. By Monday I'll be back.
Okay, no problem. Monday we'll continue with the DHCP. Okay. Till then,
Done.
I'll just only complete the site and services and trust part. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. All right, Amrita, any questions you have for me?
No, none.
Okay. Okay. All right, then we can call it a day, and we're gonna meet tomorrow then. Bye bye. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Yeah.